So my viewer's been sending me quite a few videos on just women behaving badly. And sometimes you just can't ignore. You cannot ignore some of the problems that we see in relationships today. And it blows my mind that there are men that actually put up with women's bad behavior. There are a lot of men out there that reward women's bad behavior. And women are held to a different standard when it comes to bad behavior. When a man is out there behaving badly, he gets punished severely. But for some reason, when a woman behaves badly, we hear all of these excuses for her behavior. Oh, she's just a bad bee. There's that word again. Oh, she's just empowered. She's just showing her strength as a woman. We hear all of these excuses for bad behavior. But if you tell me that a woman should tell a man that she's not married to, that not taking care of her is not spending his hard-earned money on not only her, but her family as well.
You go to the stores and you go to Hidden Souls and you get
What happened to you taking care of me?
I am taking care of your body.
That's not taking care of me if you're not taking care of my
Bro,
family.
what are you doing, bro? Don't ring it up on my tab, bro. Don't ring it up on my tab.
First of all, don't talk to
Bro,
the man
ring it
like
on my
that.
tab. No, I'm saying, like,
Don't worry about him. He's
I'm
not
dead
gonna
serious.
right
Like,
now.
no, for real, like,
Just keep bringing it up. You really gonna
don't
do
ring it
this
up on
in
my
front
tab.
of
Yeah,
people?
I'm doing this in front
Are
of
you
people.
getting me? What are we doing?
No, bro, that's what we doing, bro. I'm not buying her
Are you
friends, her
seriously doing
mama,
this in public?
18 cousins,
In public? Are
nobody
you
nothing,
serious?
bro. I'm buying her something.
Are you
size
serious?
7
In
for
public?
you. You wear a 7. You don't wear no 6.5. You don't wear no 8. You wear a size 7.
So what I hear is you're being a broke
One
nigga.
purse.
What I hear is you're being a broke
You
nigga.
mind doing me a favor? This is Hidden Soul. We
You
like
was
to keep
flying
it
all
right
this
here.
money and like you had all this money.
Everybody hear that, bro.
You was flying like you had all this money.
Bro, look at this shit, bro. She expect me.
Wow.
Y'all look at this shit, bro. She expect me to buy
Yeah.
her friends, her mama, shoes, and I told her to get her a size 7.
Yeah.
Get you some shoes.
Get me
I didn't tell
and
you
my
what
mom.
is something. I said, you go to the store. I said, you go to Hidden Souls and you get
What
something.
happened to you taking care of me?
I am taking care of your body. Some
That's
shoes.
not.
Must not only take care of her needs, buy her shoes, but also buy shoes for her family members as well. And what does she do? She tries to shame him into it. The level of disrespect is so high from this woman that she looks at the clerk, tells the man that's paying for her stuff, don't talk to him like that. Where do you hear this type of talk from? Where do you hear this type of verbal abuse from? Kids. You tell your kids, hey, do not talk to that person like that. She's looking at this adult man, looking him in the face and saying, don't talk to this other man like that. Can you understand the insanity in the audacity of this woman? And this idiot, the idiot that's buying this stuff for her, he's recording it. And he didn't even have the balls to say, well, I ain't buying shit for you. And finished it like that. He's still entertaining her stupidity, her selfishness, her arrogance, her total and utter disrespect for him. That is what you call a prime simp. Gentlemen, the second you see a woman like this, give you any attitude like that, disappear, ghost her ass, lose her number. I just don't understand this sort of behavior. And listen, a lot of times I'm doing these videos and I'm watching this information and my wife keep telling me, stop watching these, why you keep watching these things? And I keep telling her, listen, I have to understand the world that we live in now because I have 2 teenage daughters. I have to watch the energy and the dynamics of the younger generation today just to make sure that I am connected, that I understand, that I can see the flaws. And so I can steer them safe and clear of bad behavior. Because bad behavior in my days is different from bad behavior in today's day and age. Okay? And I can tell you, it's the women that are the worst. I'm sorry to say it. I hate to say it. But it is the females that are the worst. This whole idea of female empowerment is driving these women nuts. Women never behaved like this in the past. Women never got the bad results. And there has to be a direct correlation between how they are behaving now and the absolute lack of relationship success. These two things are not separate. Because for some reason, women still think that they choose men. They don't choose men. They choose men for sex. They do not choose men for relationships. That's the problem. Women think that just because they're sexually liberated, all in men's favor, that they have the power. They don't realize what feminism have done to their heads. They gave man exactly what he wanted. Women giving away sex for free. And when I say free, I'm not talking about money part. I'm talking about without commitment. Every man's dream. But if she keeps doing that and not realizing that she's sacrificing her greatest asset, then what happens? She's no longer eligible for a man because she's devalued herself. For all the ladies who keep saying it's woman empowerment, we are empowered, it's our body, our choice. What happens when you want to insult another woman? What is the one word that you use more than anything else to insult another woman? You know that word. That 304 word, you know it. The first word that you will throw at a woman to shame her is that 304 word. And then you want to call it empowered? Get out of here, man. You guys just don't understand what you're doing to yourselves. Ladies, you got to think. It's not female empowerment. This bad behavior is not going to be rewarded. Men are waking up now and saying no more. And if men are not getting it from the women in their country, they're going somewhere else and finding women that will give them what they want. Who do you think is losing? Let's go to the next video.
That you don't see the man that your son is. So I'm asking you, since this is not a demonstration of a man, you need to tell me what man you're using to measure him with. Which one?
My idea.
Which is your idea. Now, is that the idea you trained him up to be?
No.
Oh, so how in the blazing bejesus are you holding him accountable to a standard that you didn't teach him, his father didn't give him, he don't even know what it is, and yet as his mother, you sit in his face and tell him you don't respect him as a man? You say that you don't see the man that your son is?
Here's the problem that we see with single mothers who actually have sons. It's a serious problem. It's a serious problem because it is impossible for her to create a man who can compete with other men in a man's world. Just not possible. I don't care how strong a woman is. I don't care what example you gave me. You could give me Shaq. Oh, Shaq had a single mother. Do you know how many single mothers there are in this world? Millions. Millions. To cite one or two examples, that's the difference of dropping a sand grain into the ocean and expecting to see a splash. In other words, it's insignificant. Listen, ladies, I don't care what you tell me. I don't care how strong you think you are as a woman. It's impossible for you to raise a boy into a man. And I'm talking about the man that you know is a man. Because this poor mother has tortured this boy who is now a man to the point where he's a broken individual. You're seeing one case that has been let out on YouTube. But you got to realize there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of boys out there that are struggling to be men with single mothers. And I know all of you simp-ass men are going to come with me, but oh, there are strong women out there. I don't care if they're strong women. Strong women cannot raise strong men that can compete with men who have been trained by men. Try to understand the difference. It's impossible. Women need to give their sons to their fathers, usually by the age of 7, 9 the most.
In our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways. that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
So that that man can teach him how to be a man. Force him to do it. If you can force him to pay child support, you can force him to take care of his son. And you know that it's not what you want to do. You want to stay in control. You ladies want to stay in control. You fight to keep your sons and any kid away from your fathers because you want to punish him. That's part of the punishment for men. They get to pay. You get all of the benefits of providing and keeping the love of your kids. The man get ostracized and left to the wayside. Just normal. Just normal, especially in the black community. But what are you creating? Women who see examples like you out every night trying to find a man. That's not a way for your daughter to see. Bringing different men to the house, trying to find another baby daddy, getting pumped and dumped by various other men who just have no interest in taking care of another man's seed.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so, you know, it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
These men are lying to you that, oh, yeah, I'll be there, baby. Yeah, I'm there to take care of you. No, they're not. They're just coming there, taking care of business, getting the hell out. Until you try to trap another one, thinking he might stay because he has a child with you. And then what happens? He ends up like this poor sucker here who has different baby daddies. And he can't even bring his child McDonald's. He's expected to feed all the other baby daddy kids.
Every fucking day my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go. And I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the 7.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Lisa,
them are his siblings
Lisa,
though. He not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating on McDonald's. Why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that
The world we live in is insane. This isn't men's fault. Feminism have created this mess, and you ladies are being punished for it. The few good women that are available are getting scooped up really fast. Staying in your lane, get your education early in life, finding a good man, finding a good average guy that can take care of you, stay faithful, take care of his kids, good, steady, average job. That's life. That's life for 99% of us. You guys keep looking for that 1%, that 10% guy. Life for 90% of us are just average. Let's look at another video. The bad behavior by women is just outrageous. A lot of this is stemming from the US, by the way. Rap culture, rap music is creating a nightmare for the black community. And if you think Americans are isolated in this problem, take a look at this video with a Jamaican woman who just burned down her lover's house because he didn't give her any money. Just because he hit it and she didn't get any money, prostitution.
Reporting live from Cassava Peace, Kingston. This girl just burned down her man house. What the man do? What the man do make you do that?
She burnt his house down. Now this idiot, in her emotions and her bad B attitude, gonna end up in jail. For what? American blacks think that this is an isolated issue. This is all across America. This is in Canada. It's the same attitude that is coming for all women. And I shouldn't even just say blacks. I'm talking about all spectrum of females. It's just that based on your education level, the sophistication of the stupidity changes. That's it. Tell me I'm wrong. Ladies, this is what we got to pick from. This is what we have to pick from as men. And you're saying that we're wrong for going overseas to find eligible wives? Who the hell would want something like this taking care of your kids? That's insane. No intelligent man would want that.
So done with dating with guys. I don't know how I always end up in the exact same situation. It's always the same thing. They're not in a place where they are looking for a relationship. They have other things that are more important. And I'm just like, I'm never good enough.
Women have been fed a lie just as much as men have when it comes to how we should operate in the world. Men hit 18 and they immediately understand that their value is low because the world reflects that. They get out into the world and get very few results. Women hit 18 and they immediately get tons of results and have tons of options, but then they have to face the harsh reality later in life once they hit the so-called wall, which is usually anywhere between like 28 all the way up to like 35. But when women face reality, a lot of the times it's too late and they can't really do anything about it. It's just another reason why everyone needs to hear this information so we can build a happier, healthier society.
I give up.
Ladies, you're losing. By the year 2030, according to Morgan Stanley, independent studies were done, almost 50% of Western women who are eligible for marriage will be single and childless. Why they did that study is because they were looking for potential investment opportunities for their clients. Invest in dog food, cat food, because a lot of these women, that is the only companion that they're gonna have. And that's a scary statistic. Men have options. All of your eligible men are magtog. Men going their own way. Men are leaving the West, going to Asian, Middle Eastern countries to find more eligible wives because the West have really messed up the mind of their women. Yeah, it's insane that women think that they can determine their own value. Value is set by the market. Men are the market. If we determine that the value isn't worth investing in, we won't. But it's insane that women still have this attitude. Listen, guys, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We're living in an insane world. I'm trying to just decipher it. One of the reasons why men have left the church is because of preachers like him who keep telling women that they are the priority in a relationship, that they are the prize. Men are secondary.
I said, do you love your wife? He said, yes. I said, do you want to save your marriage? He said, yes. I said, can you place your wife's happiness above your own? He said, what do you mean? I said, I mean, are you willing to place her dreams, her wishes, her desires above your own. He said, I don't think I can do that. I said, you probably won't stay married then. God tells us that the greatest among us shall be the least among us. Yeah. Great doesn't always mean being first. Woo. That's why God has us open doors and pull out chairs, because these actions require somebody to decrease. And if you understand that, decreasing actually propels you in the relationship.
And all these charlatans are doing is taking women's money. The idea that a man should put his woman up on a pedestal, we all know as men, the second you do that, she will take advantage of you. One, she will be bored. Number two, you take care of your wife, you give her the necessities, but she also has to understand the discipline, because you cannot make a woman happy. Listen to me again, gentlemen. You cannot make a woman happy. If she wants X today and you give her X, tomorrow she wants Y, and you give her Y and Z, and then it goes back to A, B, C. You are constantly chasing her happiness. And I can tell you, men either go broke chasing a woman's demands, because most of her happiness comes from you spending. If you're spending, you're not investing. You're not putting anything for the long term. And then when you go broke and you can no longer feed the beast disappears, because she needs to feed constantly. If you groom the beast to be constantly feeding, you're literally creating a person who can never be satisfied. And when you run dry, she's out. You're no longer making her happy. How many times you've heard that, gentlemen? Oh, he don't make me happy anymore. I'm out. I don't care how much you have. You cannot keep feeding a woman. She will constantly demand more and more. It moves from, oh, I got a Birkin bag from my husband. Oh, guess what? Oh, now he's bought me a Mercedes. Oh, he just got me a house. Oh, he just got me a jet. Oh, yeah, he has cancer and he can't work anymore. And most of his businesses have collapsed because his partner took his money. I just can't understand why. I don't understand why he didn't prepare for this. 2 months later, you're not making me happy. I'm filing for divorce. That's a woman's mindset, my friends. That's a woman's mindset that is a hungry beast to be kept happy. Her happiness is not your responsibility. Every single individual must find happiness for themselves. You included. Don't look for her to make you happy. Now, note, she can make you unhappy and you can make her unhappy. There's a distinct difference. If you come in every day and you're verbally abusing her, that makes her unhappy. But if you're just a nice, normal person, that's all we need. Let me know what you guys think. All right? So I'm going to cut this off here now. I just love to review a lot of these videos. Thanks for sending me these videos, guys. If you see any other videos that you think I should look at, send me it in the comments. And yeah, I'll take a look at some of these videos and give you guys my impression, my feedback. All right? So subscribe. Please support the channel. Subscribe. Don't mean a lot to you guys to not just hit that little button. It doesn't take a lot of time. Hit that like button, subscribe, and just drop a comment in, just so that the algorithm will see that, you know, we're doing something positive. Okay? I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.